Hi, how you doing?
I'm Shaun Evans.
You're the GM, aren't you?
The
New,
area manager.
new district manager. How you doing?
You're going to watch the test while you do another test.
Sure. Why are you limping?
My knee, man.
Is it getting worse?
So it's nice and cool out. I love it.
Yeah, I like rainy weather myself.
I don't know, it's necessarily like a rain. Nice change of pace, you know?
Yeah. Should I?
Yeah, sure can go. See you, Neil. So, I've got your file, so I've had a chance to look at it and so forth.
Yeah.
But basically what we want to do here is, I've read all your letters. You write very well, by the way.
Thank you.
I think
Appreciate
maybe
it.
we should think about me going into writing novels. They're very precise and to the point.
Yeah.
I've talked to human resources and things like that, so what we would like to do is for the next 3 weeks, you schedule to work on Friday, right?
Yeah.
We're going to send you to North Bethesda,
Yeah.
that gym. We want you to work for the next three weeks there. Primarily to get the training that you said that you really wanted to. A little different gym, a little different atmosphere, different general manager.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do as far as getting you the training that you requested in a different atmosphere. Then at the end of those 3 weeks, you're going to come back here. Kind of a cooling off period. Human Resources is making your requests on your advisement. And we want to just a little bit more time.
Okay. The problem isn't my training, so to speak. The problem is, if you read the letters, the problem is Mrs. Burdette. Mrs. Burdette, and I sent a follow-up letter to the...
I know, I read your letters, Stefan, read letters and so forth, but right now that's basically what we're going to do. I would love to sit here and talk to you about it, but I've been basically instructed not to.
Okay.
Because it is in the process of, we are listening to you. And I don't want to make it sound like we're not. We are. I've talked to Gloria. I need more time with her. We've got a lot of stuff, not just your stuff, from members, from employees. We've got to put those things all together. But in that time period right now, we want just a cooling off period. This is where we would like to have it done.
Okay, I guess.
You know where North Bethesda is? You've been to that gym?
No. I thought that, when you said meeting, I could give some feedback, but I guess I can't.
Well, I'll have a chance to talk to you in those next 3 weeks. Because you're gonna be with Beth Rosenstein, and I'll tell her what's going on. I won't tell her about anything what we're going over. I just say you're gonna be working there for the next three Fridays.
I mean, I understand that, but my frustration is being in a meeting and not being able to say anything.
But you have said meetings.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, we're having a meeting now, and I thought that there would be a chance to.
But what you're going to do is repeat everything in your letter. So
not really, no. I mean,
because there's two sides to every story, too, right?
Well, there can be two sides to every story.
There's always two sides.
Well,
no, I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. I'm saying
no, I understand that.
Right.
What I'm saying is that's my answer because of the fact that I've been. I've been evaluating things, and more than just a story. It's more analytical perspective. I mean, I have a story, but I also have like just an overall evaluation. I mean, as you've read by my letters, I've been in public service for 35 years. So I mean, I'm not about to just tell a story. what I tried to do is piece together exactly what's going on here, not only just from an employee perspective, but for the benefit of the corporation, because that's what I try to do. And not being able to air my grievances has been the whole problem. This has been going on and on and on and on, and nobody's paid attention to it, so I've just taken it to a higher level.
Which is your.
And the thing is that it's not about a cooling down period. It's the overall structure. I mean, right now, we're talking the follow-up letter that I sent the head of Human Resources, where an employee would rather remain anonymous, heard other employees saying that they're trying to get me terminated. And he was talking about people on staff, Ms. Burdette included, and that's not another side to a story. That's corroborating the same thing that I've been saying the whole time. So it's not about cooling down, it's about...
Again, I think you see that there's a problem. Your interpretation of the problem is going to be different than Gloria's interpretation. It's going to be different than Rachel's interpretation. It's going to be different than Carmine's. Whoever we're talking about, everybody's interpretation is different, because what's happening to you in a different way than it is happening to them. They're seeing different sides. You're seeing that you think that you are being unfairly punished for this situation, whatever way you look at it. I'm trying to say, right now, there's one way we can handle this. We could say, you know what, Stefan, it's not working. The laws here stipulate that everybody is hired at will. That means that they're hired at will, they can be let go at will, provided there's no discrimination. We do not see any evidence of discrimination right now. We are looking into it. If there is, believe me, TSI is right up there with the top of the company, all the companies that discrimination won't be tolerated. We have no tolerance for that at all.
Well, the practicality of it all is that TSI cannot see the discrimination because they're not on the front line.
We have witness statements. We have statements from all the employees, already there at Human Resources.
Yeah, well, people can lie. I've had new employees come up to me and say, should I pay you for this, Stefan, because everybody else is taking it and they don't pay for it. They take it for free. I mean,
if that's the case, we want to know who those employees are.
I've told her who they were from the beginning. When the first time an employee stole right in front of my face, I told her who it was, and she turned the scrutiny on me. That's not the way I feel. That is a...
Well, stealing is immediate dismissal.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Okay, and last night I was here, and that girl, Heather or whatever, went into the cooler, took water, went behind the counter and drank it, and never paid for it. It happens all the time. I think that's in the Amber, that's it. I've talked to ex-employees that work here, and I've talked to employees that work here. A lot of people, when they're employed, they will have a bias for the sake of their job. The people that I talk to that used to work here, some of them of African American descent, and because a lot of people don't want to get caught up in political, legal proceedings, will resign themselves to mediocrity. But a lot of the people that I talk to, they corroborate what I have to say, that there is a bias here, that there is a stand-in here, and that there are things here going on. Just like I'm saying, it's not my story. It's an overall perspective on exactly what's going on from the front lines, from the people who are the eyes and ears of the corporate hierarchy, who they should be listening to, who they haven't been listening to since the infractions were brought to the attention of people who were responsible for either acting upon them or getting them to someone who couldn't act upon them. It's just been glossed over, and it's been repetitive. And I've repeated the same thing over and over again. I didn't repeat it in so many words to stipulate what my perspective or what my take on it was, why it was happening. Because that's just something that you have to find out as time goes on. That's not something that just go, hey, well, that's this. I mean, it's something that you find out as time goes on. As time went on, and I saw the split start to happen, where most of the whites that are here can do anything. I can't even read a book at the front counter. That's not my story. That was the reprimand I got. It was in front of me.
Wait a second. You said most of the whites. Please don't refer to them as whites, first of all. And it's you either by calling them black, white, Caucasian, Anglo. Those are all discrimination remarks. Most of the people don't, see.
Okay, when you fill out an application, they give you a voluntary ethnicity, and when you put down a voluntary ethnicity, it's not a discriminatory term when you're describing your race.
Yeah, but you said whites. To me, that's discriminatory language.
Okay, well, it's the only way that you can describe people when you're going to talk about their ethnicity with respect to the terms that are given.
No, what's happening here is that you're looking at it as a discrimination. I think instead of looking at it as an employee like yourself that causes friction between everyone else because of the fact that you're a person that sees something, you tell the boss or your boss, and the boss is not doing anything about it, so it aggravates you. Instead of saying, you tell them once, and then you say, okay, I told you, I've done my job, and then backing off.
It's not that. It's not that it aggravates me. It's that when I do the same thing that others do, that you don't want to hear the terms for, that you consider discriminatory, but in essence, they are terms that are used on applications.
Yeah, but no.
People cannot
totally
voluntarily discriminate against themselves, but out of respect for you, it's not that I back off. I don't back off. It's that even if I back off, I will get cited for infractions that I did not even know about, and they get harped on, and that is the aggravation. It has nothing to do with me being aggravated that something isn't done to correct a problem.
You're saying basically that you're not being treated equal.
Exactly. Exactly. If
you're saying it's because of your race.
If I can't steal water, why should I be aggravated? If I can't steal